it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. I'm here with another project playback. In this week's episode, I'm going to show you how to do the patchwork technique. Grab your designer paper scraps and follow along so you can make this faux quilt card with me. I would love for you to share your cards in Julie's Stamping Spot Share and Connect group on Facebook. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks so much for watching. I cut strips of this. I cut, I think I had like a 6x6 sheet and I just cut it into strips that were a 1/2 inch. So this is a technique I haven't done in a long time, but it's a really fun one for showing off designer paper, especially when there's so many patterns that you love. This technique is called herringbone or faux quilt. So we're going to take the strips of paper, we're going to add them to a piece of cardstock and arrange it in that herringbone or faux quilt way. So one thing that is really handy for doing this technique is the adhesive sheets. Now, this was the first time that I had opened up this new package. We've had some different variations of adhesive sheets in the past. This is the new one. It's 152334 if you want to get this to make the technique at home. And so I cut a piece of white cardstock and a piece of adhesive sheet to be the same size. So this is 3.5 inches by 4 3/4 inches. I'll put the measurements in the video description when we're all done. So one thing I noticed about these adhesive sheets, they're a little bit different from the last one. And when I tried to peel it off to stick it under the card, like it came off in these whole strips. The sticky is on the part I'm peeling off instead of on the part here. So that's not a problem at all. You'll just have to do it in the little strips. So I'm going to peel that off and then apply it to the cardstock. So essentially what I want to do is I want to make my entire piece of cardstock sticky. Okay, so I'm just transferring over the adhesive sheet one section at a time. Okay, so it is like hanging over a little bit and that's fine. We just need the whole thing to be sticky because we're going to put paper strips across the entire piece of cardstock. So you can just use liquid adhesive or your snail or your seal. But it's so much easier when you can just apply adhesive to the entire thing. So now we're going to take, well, let's give it a good massage. We want to make sure that all the adhesive that's on the sheet sticks to the cardstock. And then we're going to peel back the paper backing, and now we have the sticky cardstock. So the adhesive sheets work really great if you are die cutting a really detailed image. You can put the adhesive sheets on your cardstock and then die cut so that your detailed die cut already has adhesive on it. That's a really great way to use the adhesive sheets. Okay, so now we're going to take our strips of designer paper and we're going to create a pattern. So I'm just going to start and go across. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. And so you just want to butt them right up next to each other. And I kind of like having the patterns go different ways. So I'm going to take my strip here and kind of come the other direction, and you just keep adding the strips. Oh my gosh, that almost matched up. That's crazy. Look at that. Oh geez. That's okay because we're going to cut all those edges off. Okay, I could go all the way here, but I want to do some more strips that are this direction. So let's go here. We'll switch back to the stripes. Let's switch again. So I really kind of like having all the different directions, really just a patchwork kind of. Okay, so you notice here I've got like a tiny little corner here and a tiny little corner there, and I do want to fill that in, but I'm just going to take a second and cut off all of my straggly pieces because I can reuse these. So I'm going to use like one of these random ends to fill in those tiny little corners. So let's just trim all these off. I'm flipping over so I can see really easily the outline of the cardstock. Okay. Oh, we need like a pink stripes. There we go. Just a little corner of pink stripes there, and a little corner of pink stripes here. Having that adhesive sheet have adhesive all the way to the edges makes it really easy to add in those little bits that you need. Okay, let's just keep going with our pattern. If you can reuse some of these, if they're long enough, then you can use those. Like I said, there's really not like a right or wrong way to do this. Come down a little farther. And then let's switch back. I almost wish I'd switched back. Can we tear it up? No, Julie, don't do it. No, it's not going to come up. I was going to switch back earlier and I forgot. I just kept going with that direction, but we'll change it up here. So again, these are a 1/2 inch wide strips that I'm using. These patterns are just so pretty together. Okay, let's see. I think we need polka dots right there. And maybe a little yellow. Pushing down to make sure we get good adhesive. And just trimming off all these extra pieces. So the result is this quilt or patchwork panel. So you guys know me, we're gonna keep it really simple. I have a layer of basic black cardstock. This is 3.5 by 4 3/4. This is 3 3/4 inches by 5. So we're going to layer this on. And oh, it's so pretty, all the colors. And then I've got a stitched circle I thought we could just add, like a sentiment. So let's see. I love this happy birthday in here. We used this in another video. You are amazing. This is a stamp set that's in the January through June mini catalog. And this coordinates with a project kit. So I think it's easy to overlook this really fun, bright, bold set. But we're going to use this happy birthday on the stitched shapes. And you guys remember we did the stitched shapes yesterday. So I had some extra cut and just do that happy birthday. Oh, you know what we need? That awesome glitter ribbon. Remember I told you how well this ribbon goes with the designer paper? So let's just add, oops, let's just add like a little piece of ribbon back here, and that just dresses up. Oh yes, I feel like maybe a little bit longer. Okay, I'm gonna hold it. Hold it back here, and oh gosh, where did my tearing tape go? I think it's in the other room. I had Stamp Club in person last night. It was so good to see everybody. So some of my stuff is still in the kitchen where we have our class. All right, now I'm going to do some Stampin Dimensionals, and we'll stick this on the card. Now, I had this idea right before I went live, and I thought, oh my gosh, oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I had this idea right before I went live, and I thought it would be fun to do that nested label dies. So I cut this really, really quick right before I went live, and we'll see how it looks. So this is something that I've done a lot with designer paper. So I used one side of the nested labels size. So this is nested label dies 149638. So they're all that same shape. And then there's just different sizes. So they nest inside of each other. That's why they're nested labels. Okay, so I used one size to cut the paper, and then I used a smaller size for the white. And so we have done this with, like I said, we've done this with designer paper, and I wasn't sure if it was going to cut too much off how it would look. So I thought I would just cut it and we could play and see, but that's kind of a fun way to show that off. And then you can use this piece on another card, like maybe do a circle. That's too big, but a circle sentiment, or I don't know, somehow I'll have to come up with something to use that on another card. But this looks really fun too. So let's do, well, you know what? My initial thought was to bring in the pretty perennials. This stamp set coordinates with the designer paper. Let me bring in the paper again so you can see it has sort of those like watercolor flowers and blooms. So I was going to use the happy from here, but you know, we've already got that happy birthday out, and it looks like it's going to fit really nicely into the label. So let's just go ahead and stamp that, and we'll put this together. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so I'm gonna do the dimensionals a little different. Usually we pop up the thing in the middle, but this time I'm going to glue down, oops, that was the wrong adhesive. This time I'm going to glue down the label with regular adhesive, and then I'm going to use dimensionals under the background piece. And so we'll pop that out. So that's just going to add some different dimension to our card. Oh, what the heck, just a couple more. I'm debating whether we need them on the end. Maybe. Let's add just for some extra support and stability. Okay, 20 dimensionals later. Let's peel all those backings off. And these are the same size. This was just the piece I did earlier. So this is the same size as this one, and the black is the same size as well. So that is the white is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and the black is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm just trying to put it down with even space all the way around, and nah. Like, I don't know, maybe I had turned it upside down or something, but it just didn't look centered. So I guess I didn't need to put it down first. I should have put it down second. Anyway, that's fine. Let's stick it on our card. And I don't know, I kind of like it. I was worried that you weren't going to see enough of the design, but I think you still do get a lot of that patchwork design in there. And we could have added a little ribbon in there too, maybe if this was on dimensionals like this one, but I kind of like how it's the opposite, and it's like sort of sunken down and the background sticks up. Which one do you like better? Do you like the vertical one with the circle, or do you like the horizontal one with the nested label? It's just such a fun and happy card either way. Okay, that's it for today. I'm so glad that you were able to join me for this project Playback. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time with another Project Playback.